What's up, guys? Sarguy43 here again, doing an upgrade video. Better just rush into this because we know I tend to go a little long. So anyway, everybody wants to know what to upgrade, and I really don't think it's hard. It's a little different depending if you're a lower level or a higher level, but we'll just go over the basics first, then we'll cover a little lower level stuff, and then what you should do when you get into higher levels, how many builders you have versus your resources, and what kind of farmer you are. So to get off first, so let's pretend you just upgraded your town hall and you're not sure what to upgrade. You should have full elixir, full gold, just maxed to the hilt so you can get that going. And right there it is, your clan castle. Get that upgraded. Why? Well, everything you upgrade should help you out in war. If it's not going to help you out immediately in war, then it can fall down to a lower level. But if you upgrade your clan castle, you get 5 more troops. Is it only 5? Forgot to turn that off. Is it only 5? No. That says 5, but you also get 5 on attack, 5 on defense. So right there, you get 10 extra troops for war. 5 extra defending, and then 5 extra attacking on each attack. Heck, that's 15 if you attack twice. So there goes all of your gold you have stored. And then right there it is. Upgrade that army camp. That's 5 more slots as well. So now you're going to roll into war. What? That takes forever. Like 10 days later, you have 20 more troops. That was my first upgrade. Then, in order, you want to do... What do you want your defense to do? You want it to stop an army. What's going to stop an army the best? A cannon? An archer? Wizard? All that? No. Splash damage. Get that mortar up. Get that wizard up. Followed by your expos, but they're more expensive. So, when you get the loot for this is when you should do it. I'm coming down from the push still, and I wanted to knock out... I was hunting Dark Elixir, so I wasn't getting enough gold to do a lot of upgrades, so it was the perfect time to knock out these two 12-day Teslas, because long upgrades hurt so much. But after you get your wizard, mortar, archer tower done, then it's time to focus on your cannon and archer tower. I like to get my cannons done first. They're kind of my filler thing because they only take 5 days and they're cheap. So right there you get an instant boost of 10. But the archer tower does air and ground, so it's more important, but that was only 3,200. This is like 2 million more for me. So I try to knock them out simultaneously. Yeah, I'll talk about my strategy later. But definitely archer, cannon later. Then you just want to follow that up with your Teslas, your air, and your ground. Now for elixir, research is my priority over any other thing in the game. I want to have something upgrading the second it's done because I have so much to upgrade. I still have all this stuff to upgrade. And then, whoa, that Dark Elixir, that's going to be tough. Once you get a barracks up to a certain level to get you unlock that one new troop for that new town hall you're at, then you can access that troop, so it's not a big deal. So I just try to throw that in there when I have it, but most of my elixir always goes to research at the lower levels. And then your mines and pumps, and your spell factory. I'll get into that more strategically when I talk about what's important there. But try to have a mix of things going on. I have defenses. I have my pump there. And then I save my barracks for absolute last. Like the stuff that really doesn't matter. But I'm really trying to get that Dark Elixir up right now. I've wanted to do this. I don't know, 3 weeks ago, but it didn't work out because I had a research coming. Then we did. Then we went on our trophy push, and I just didn't have the elixir to do it. It was $5,000. But definitely, I got this one up, and I built the one up from scratch And what you want to upgrade your lower level ones before your higher level ones. So if I had a level 1 air defense, I wouldn't be upgrading this level 6 one because that takes 10 days when the level 1 only takes 5. So I could keep all my air defense up. My stronger ones will be functioning still while I'm getting that weaker one up to par. Alright, next let's talk about lower level people and a strategy. So if you only have 3 to 4 builders, I'm going to assume. I'm getting to Town Hall 7 right now in my other account, and I'm like 20 gems away from my 4th builder. So I think by Town Hall 7 now, like if you're really smart with it, you should get that 4th builder, and that's when that Tesla comes in, that first Tesla. But always try to do 1 defensive unit, like have your wizard tower going, 1 collector, and then 1 elixir item. So you're spreading out your loot, and you're not just hoarding one or the other. So go back and forth between them. Once you fill up your elixir, do a barracks or something, and go back and forth. And I've seen a lot of people that don't have their mines and pumps up, and that's something you want to get done like from the get-go. It's only 4 days to max them out. I mean, just do 1 and then work on other stuff, and once that's done, do another. You won't notice if you start doing that. But if all your stuff's low level, then you're like, oh no, I got so much to upgrade. But it takes 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, and then it's maxed. Like, why not get that done? Just to illustrate that, I can't show it on there, but the bump was 20. The production rate was 80, but I got 20 here. Normally it goes 15 every bump. But I did a little math. That's 480 extra elixir a day by upgrading that. That's 3,360 elixir in a week. And in 21 days, you'll get 10,000 extra elixir just from upgrading your pump, which, as we all know, at Town Hall 7 is a Barb King. So just by upgrading that in 21 days, I could afford a Barb King if I was back down at level 7 and I had access to this pump. But I don't. I'm just telling you that to express what you're missing out by not having your collectors maxed out. So make sure you get them done at Town Hall 7 or before 8 for sure. Next I wanted to talk about how to actually go around this. So I know I can loot. What did I upgrade? I upgraded that. How many hours ago was that? No. 4, 5, 6. 6 hours ago. I've made 1.2 million elixir since then. What was my last defensive upgrade? There it was. I did this 19 hours ago, and I gained 2.4 million gold since then. So I am a farming fanatic, freak, whatever you call it, but I know I'm going to pull in the loot, so I always want to have a builder available. That's why I have this one set at 5 days, 4 days. What else are we doing? I know there's one coming up in 2 days. Where's that 2 days? Boom, right there. 2 days for that one. So in 2 days that'll be done. And then it doesn't make sense for me to do this cannon because it would finish on not that day. Actually, maybe I will do that. No, because by then in 2 days this drill will be done. So I'm going to make sure I'm doing like a semi-long one. And I didn't get this wizard tower or that mortar done. So I'm going to be going for that wizard tower. That's only 5 million for me. I'll be able to do that in 2 days. Then that'll be at 7 days. It takes a while of just like looking around and figuring out. Like I don't actually plan this. I just raid. And then I'm like, oh, I got like half a day left. What are my builders doing? Because you have to do that math of, oh, it's a day going by, which means a day less. And that's what I do when I just stare at this beautifully upgraded base. Don't forget to throw in your bombs in there. I did upgrade my giant bombs just because of their Hog Rider capabilities of taking them out, and that'll help me in war. But whenever I decide on an upgrade, I'm like, how is this going to affect war? I have my heroes up there. I got my Archer Queen to level 8. And I was most worried about my spell factory. If you're worried about upgrading your spell factory, it didn't take that long. It was 4 or 5 days. If you only go to war like once a week, then that's not a problem. What I did is I attacked early in the war, got my 2 attacks in. I built 4 spells I could use for war. And then even if we started another war like 2 days later, then I'd have 1 more day for prep, and then I'd have 4 spells that I could use to attack with if I didn't accidentally drop them, which I did drop 1. I'll have 4 attacks. Then I have 24 hours till the end of that war day to hopefully that to finish. I could spend some of the gems on it. I just don't spend gems anymore because everything's so expensive and everything takes so long. And I can farm for it. Same with your heroes. Just talk to your clan leader and find out when the next one is. She's going to take a good 4 days now? Yeah, 4 days to upgrade. So I'd try to get my 2 attacks in, and then upgrade her so she's going immediately. But it's a real hard balance with that Dark Elixir. Just because like the research is so expensive and your heroes are so expensive. He's 5 days, 4,500. Well, that's the same price as upgrades. So I just try to fill in once I get enough for either, like if I'm 2 days away from my research being done and I have a lot of Dark Elixir, I'll probably just wait and keep gaining Dark Elixir. Guess he just maxed out. I'm going for those level 5 hogs. I'm excited. Wanted to do that earlier, but I wasn't sure how they do in the nerf, and I think if your base is bad enough, if you don't get those double bombs inside, I'd attack this base with hogs. Like, I'm not worried about it. I know the only place for me to put a hog is right here. I mean, a bomb right there and right there, so send 1 hog in here, 1 hog in here. I'd set off all those on my war base. My war base is a little different than this, but that's what I'm saying in general. Alright, now let's go to my strategy for when you upgrade your Town Hall N1. Town Hall 9 was huge for me, but the number one thing I always do is my clan castle, followed up by storages. My problem is I farm too much. I'm so excited for new storages because that means I can just hold more to spend more on my upgrades. So I always try to get my clan castle up, and then I go for cheaper upgrades. The first week of any town hall, I always build up whatever new items I get to a low level, but at least I have them for war then, and I slowly upgrade them if possible. Mine, bombs and traps and stuff, that's always, that's a good, like, day filler. Like, oh no, like, I don't want to upgrade something because, let's say I have a whole bunch of upgrades and I have nothing for 2 days, then that would be a good time just to do this bomb. Say if this is my first one at 5 days, then I would do my bomb for 2 days, and then I'd do a big upgrade, and then when that's done, I should have enough resources again to get it. But I am slowly getting back into my farming range. I can't seem to drop trophies because I keep finding massive bases. But I always try to do, you gotta spread them out. Either do them all at once or make sure you only have one down at a time. Never do both crossbows at the same time. But, you know, if you have the loot, they're so expensive. That's going to be 7 million. So, I wouldn't mind knocking that out. If I can get that much in 2 days, it's almost likely to... I don't know. We'll see. You know, it all depends how much I raid and what bases I'm finding. But, Yeah. So I always try to do, starting at Town Hall 7, just always have a Tesla upgrading. They take forever. And they're not like a key point of your defense in any defense because the attacker never knows where they are. So I also use my upgrading defense to keep my clan castle safe. Set one out there. And I'm going against my word here. Let's just throw that there. Catch that little hog rider. Come in. And we'll just we'll move that. So try to have a long upgrade and then like 4 short ones. But it all depends on your raiding style. If you're like dirt poor all the time, like a lot of people in the game, like just go with what you can afford or save up for the longer one. Maybe it'll take you a day more, but you really want to get those wizards and mortars up. I kind of stopped my schedule just because we did a trophy push, and I don't upgrade defenses during the trophy push. What else? So, if you have a question of what should I upgrade, just be like, what's going to help me the most in war? It's weird when I hear people say, oh, all I have left before I max out is my army camps. And I'm like, you mean that you were sitting on 200 troops the entire time you were at this town hall when you could have been raiding with 220? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. That's one of my priorities, except that it costs so much, so I just have one going at a time. Then I get enough elixir and have another. Another thing is that dark elixir storage, get it up because you get more hit points, which means when somebody lightnings you, they will get less dark elixir from you, rather than if it was a lower hit point, you'd lose more hit points from that. I think that pretty much covers it, and this video would be really boring without a raid. So I was helping my parents fix their internet. Took me 2 hours. I was on the phone, and every time the guy put me on hold, I'd raid, and I kept using cheap armies. But when he'd come back, if I was still on Clash of Clans, I could hear him, but my phone was muted until I exited. So I knew I only had 2 minutes, and I tried to bang out the quickest raid possible, and I just came across this base. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. I just had a cheap army, not too much. I always only send a couple giants in to distract. They're not even near any defenses. I want my other troops to help clean up on the outside. Then they'll come in and help them with the defense. This was just the quickest rush, and I thought that was an awesome spell placement. It got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defenses in it. See that? Yeah, that one hog by that wizard tower is still in it. Yep. So that was awesome, and I was just spamming everything because everywhere was loot. Everywhere I looked. I didn't even look at where anything was. So glad there wasn't a clan castle, or this would not have worked out. Dropped my archer queen up here. Didn't time her ability right. And that level 5 king just chopped her down like a lumberjack. This was awesome loot, and I mean, it was a dirty raid, but you can't complain with the results here. Already have 1,600 dark elixir. Missed that pump. Normally that's one of my focuses on any base like this that has full pumps, is to hit those. I feel like I should do a summary on those upgrades. Basically, splash damage stops an army. Not a single bow and arrow, but an artillery shot takes out a lot more. Stop timing out. I always have to touch my phone because I play Clash so much that it dies. And I was like, I'm on the phone. I don't care. I'll waste that spell. Give me that elixir. Gimme. gimme. And that was a down and dirty 2-minute raid. I thought that was awesome. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and Clash on. Oh, that loot is awesome. That's also how I got tons of loot. Anyway, peace out. Where's recordable?